$105 value for the limited introductory price of just $19.95.
Practa Plus really is awesome. It really does work.
Guaranteed to give you clear, flawless-looking skin or your money back. Call 1-800-382-0753 now.
Hut. When it comes to losing weight, everyone has a number. And if you want to get your performance back and feel great, do what I did. One call and I lost it all. 22 pounds gone.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back, guaranteed.
Nutrisystem has everything you need to feel better, look better, and perform better at any age, faster than ever before.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and Craving Crusher shakes, free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
Whether your number's 10 or 50, make the right call. Nutrisystem.
Call 855-789-FIN now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Well, as we monitor the dire situation in Nepal, we also know we are not immune to the disastrous impacts from what we've seen from the devastating earthquake there. Now, here in the U.S., the San Andres is one of the most dangerous seismic faults. In this edition of Brainstorm, Sam Champion breaks down the prolific power lurking behind this uncontrollable force of nature.
Running 10 miles deep and 800 miles long, the San Andreas Fault divides the state of California in two, and that's the scary part. It forms the boundary where the Pacific tectonic plate moves northwest, slowly grinding against the North American plate.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
And that separating, grinding movement is at a speed of 1.3 inches per year. That's about as fast as our fingernails grow, and that may sound slow. But over the 30 million years of the fault's existence, it's added up to a displacement of about 350 miles. At this rate, it may take another 100 million years, but Southern California will be grinded off into an island off the coast of the Pacific Northwest. Because of its size, the San Andreas Fault generates some of the most powerful earthquakes in North America, and does it across a swath of land that almost 40 million people call home. Some of these quakes measuring as high as 8.0 on the Richter scale. And an earthquake of that magnitude can release up to 63 trillion joules of energy. And that's no small amount. It's as much energy as released by the most powerful nuclear weapon ever detonated by the United States. And you've been Brainstorm. Sam Champion, The Weather Channel.
And, you know, we can talk a little bit more about these tectonic plates. The continents of the Earth are on these thin, mostly rigid plates moving around the globe. And yes, they move very slowly, as you heard from Sam, taking hundreds of millions of years to move part of Southern California away. But we can also feel the effects of them.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Just had the Indian plate, where India is actually moving north into the Eurasian plate, the Himalayan mountains right in between, and actually caused by this movement. The Indian plate still moving north into the other land, those continents colliding together and pushing up the Himalayan mountains, some of the tallest mountains on the Earth. Nepal right there, as that Indian plate continues to push against and slightly slide underneath the Eurasian plate. And that is what not only caused some of the world's tallest mountains, but as we saw this week, some of the world's most powerful earthquakes happen here because of this continental collision. And that movement not stopping anytime soon. So that's something that we're going to watch for years to come. Viv, over to you.
Definitely monitoring that. Thanks very much, Mark. Well, let's check on the next 7 days of weather here in this country. And today we're focusing our attention along the Gulf Coast with more scattered showers and storms, and even down across South Central Florida. Can't rule out tornadic activity, so we'll be watching your radar closely. A little bit of light rain in down East Maine, but New York City looking good, and Boston, you too. Most of the Great Lakes area back towards Chicago, much of the Midwest, and the intermittent Mountain West looking okay today as well. But let's check on tomorrow because we'll be focusing our attention not so much in Louisiana and southern Mississippi, but across Alabama into Georgia and the Carolinas tomorrow.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Farther north, as we'll be watching Philadelphia and Pittsburgh and even D.C. and Baltimore on Thursday afternoon. Now, Friday will continue to follow this system as it moves a little farther north, just a little bit anyway. But here is a look at the forecast. Just a few scattered showers over parts of the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. Saturday, it dissipates a little bit and things look much better across most of the nation, in particular over the South. Now, we want to invite you to go along with us on our It's Amazing Out There spring tour. Our own Reynolds Wolf and Kate Parker hit the road May 1st through the 3rd, broadcasting live at several locations across the South. Now, they'll start in my beloved town, Natchez, Mississippi on Friday morning, and then they'll travel to the Atchafalaya Basin in Louisiana on Saturday and the Breaux Bridge in Louisiana on Sunday. So join us.
Are you missing out on life because you're putting off neck or back surgery? Call Laser Spine Institute, the leader in minimally invasive spine surgery, to learn how a less than 1-inch incision can have you up and walking within a few hours of surgery, free from chronic back pain, and with no hospital stay and no lengthy recovery. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, or other chronic conditions, call today for your MRI review.
There were times my boss would send me home because I was in excruciating pain.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
And walk out a changed person, good to go back to work. I can't tell you how much happier I am. It's changed my life completely.
If you've been told you might need neck or back surgery, call 1-855-450-BACK for your MRI review.
Laser Spine Institute, a less than 1-inch incision, a lifetime of standing tall.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
With kids still into school.
And it just hit us.
This was it.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things were just going everywhere. It was a nightmare. And then it was silent.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, thunderstorms accompanied by locally heavy rainfall at times. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 82. Tonight, thunderstorms like severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area. 80%. Wednesday, windy with thunderstorms. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Did you know by age 50, half of all men have an enlarged prostate? This means more urges to urinate, longer bathroom trips, waking at night to urinate, or issues with intimacy. If this sounds familiar, call us now, because we're shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to viewers of this station. Super Beta Prostate is a non-prescription formula guaranteed to reduce the symptoms of your enlarged prostate. It's yours free. Pay only shipping and handling. In clinical trials, the ingredient in Super Beta Prostate was shown to reduce urges to urinate,
a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area
and improve quality of life. This Super Beta Prostate free offer is for viewers of this station, but it won't last. Don't wait.
Call right now to get your free bottle while it's still free. Call 1-800-254-0215 or visit superbeta.com. That's 1-800-254-0215.
Still paying too much for home phone service? Do the math. MagicJack costs only $35 a year for unlimited local and long distance calling to the U.S. and Canada. And with the mobile app, get unlimited text messaging.
Unlimited texting for iOS only.
You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do? Drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
New car replacement is just one of the features that comes standard with the base Liberty Mutual policy. And for drivers with accident forgiveness, rates won't go up due to your first accident. Learn more by calling 1-888-380-5644. Switch to Liberty Mutual and you could save up to $423. For a free quote today, call Liberty Mutual Insurance at 1-888-380-5644. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit. And we took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. We're here in the lab. Mark Elliott, joined by Carl Parker. And Carl, we've got some severe weather trying to develop, but we want to also take some time out and talk about some of the effects of that severe weather. I mean, magnificent video.
Yeah, this is from Denton, Texas last night, and what we're looking at here is anvil crawlers. And so what happens with a thunderstorm, as you know, is that it builds up as long as it's warmer than the surrounding environment, but then there's a point at which that's no longer true.
Sure.
And the cloud begins to spread out, and that's how you get that anvil. And with a really strong thunderstorm, you'll have lightning that travels along the underside of that anvil. They're called anvil crawlers, and that's exactly what we're seeing right here.
So right in that zone.
In there. Just amazing lightning there. You know, I've seen this in Iowa where it just went from one side of the sky all the way to the other and just constantly goes like that. Incredible stuff. Really.
And we've had a lot of highly electrified storms over the past several days. Lots of heavy rainfall rates and lots of lightning like this.
Absolutely. And, you know, we want to talk about the two different types of thunderstorms that we often see. And, you know, one of the more conventional types is this pulse storm or single cell storm. That happens when you've got a lot of buoyant energy in the atmosphere, but you don't have a lot of wind shear.
Okay.
And you can see how the cloud is building.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Can't any longer, and the cloud begins to spread out.
And then these don't last as long because the rainfall winds up falling back down on top of the cloud, and then the updraft is squashed back out.
Exactly right. So initially, what you've got here is you've got this upward motion, and somehow or another this is not working. But initially, as you say, you've got upward motion here, and then it becomes defined by downward motion, and there we go. And that overwhelms the upward motion, and that's the end of the thunderstorm. So generally, it's about 30 to 60 minutes for the life cycle here. Now, when we talk about a supercell thunderstorm, it's a really different matter because you've got very strong winds getting stronger as you go up, and so the updraft is coming in here, and then it's being tilted over, and because it's being tilted over, all that rain and hail is falling outside of the updraft, and that allows it to last longer and grow stronger. And then because of that wind shear, you've also got rotation in that updraft, and that is the definition of a supercell storm, one with a rotating updraft.
And that's how that storm can sustain itself because it's not raining out on top of that rising air.
So instead of going on for an hour, it might go on for a couple of hours or 3 hours, and everything is magnified in that sense. You get more of the rain, you get more of the lightning, the hail, the wind, the whole 9 yards.
So today, we don't even see too many of the single cell storms, although we might later. Right now, one of the biggest concerns is a kind of an organized cluster of storms.
Exactly. This is a multi-cell cluster here, and the stronger part of that is now coming right into that 95 corridor.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
The particulars on that. That is a severe thunderstorm warning for Martin and St. Lucie counties. Very gusty wind now coming towards the coast there. And we have also seen a little bit of rotation in some of these cells because of that wind shear. We're going to have to continue to watch
Something to watch. Already responsible for creating a 50-mile-per-hour wind gust. So wind, a big threat.
Yep.
All right, Viv, over to you.
All right, thanks very much, guys. Talk about the huge storms that we were dealing with. A Georgia couple is among the survivors being rescued after being tossed from their sailboat into the water on Saturday. A crew was facing nearly hurricane-force winds at the time after being tossed about for hours. The couple says it's a miracle they survived. Jennifer Bellamy from WXIA has their story.
We didn't have time to be afraid. We had to, what can I do at this moment so I can have one more moment?
Caught in a storm on the open water, Rhonda Morgan Gilreath called on the Lord to save her, her boyfriend Randy Rutledge, and their friends.
And she said, angels, go out and bring us a boat. And if you're a believer, it's hard to think there's anything to that. But a few moments later, I see a mast.
Rhonda was at the helm for the first time, sailing in the Dauphin Island Regatta when a storm threw them from the boat.
No one saw us go over, and we knew that. And we knew we were alone out there. No one saw us go over.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
The waves waiting for rescue as other boats passed them by. But a life vest bought just the day before gave her something to hold on to and find a single cushion for Rutledge, who didn't have a vest.
She saved my life. There's no way I would be here. I'd have been gone in 2 or 3 minutes.
Another boat happened to hear a faint whistling from the group and eventually pulled them from the water. But now they hope their experience will teach others a lesson.
But a vest. Wear a vest.
Jennifer Bellamy, 11 Alive News.
All right, as storms move across the Gulf and through Florida this afternoon, we want to make sure that you know exactly what's headed your way. That includes you if you're in Tampa. We're watching the storms.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, thunderstorms accompanied by locally heavy rainfall at times. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 82. Tonight, thunderstorms likely. Low 74. Chance of rain 80%. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area. Wednesday, windy with thunderstorms. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Incredible amounts of rain, high winds, and large hailstones slammed to the Gulf Coast. Now it's all moving east, producing more dangerous conditions today. And it's parts of the Sunshine State that could see lightning, flooding, and even hailstones, including here in Fort Lauderdale. What to expect over the next 24 hours here in Florida and in your city.
And we go back to the ruins in Nepal. It is now estimated that the powerful earthquake claimed the lives of more than 5,000 people. Survivors waiting on aid and supplies as they try to come to terms with what has happened there. We have updates on the devastation all straight ahead in this hour of Weather Center Live. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Mark Elliott.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Now, we are knee-deep in severe weather season again, and today it really shows.
Yeah, definitely. No rest for the weary. We're talking storms pretty much from sunup to sundown.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Underway across the south, a day after another round of tornadoes and severe storms barreled through.
Yeah, at least 8 EF0 tornadoes confirmed Monday. That was a lot of those in the Fort Worth area alone. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has more from us from New Orleans.
Powerful winds near hurricane force and relentless rain swept through Louisiana, knocking out power to more than 160,000 people. and blowing part of a cargo train off a bridge. Witnesses describe the scene when those cars plummeted to the ground.
We hear a loud boom, and then boom, boom, boom. It was either 3 or 4 times.
Major flooding shut down highways and roads. At New Orleans Airport, 70-mile-an-hour winds knocked out power.
I just landed here at the New Orleans Airport, and the power has just come back on.
More than a dozen tornadoes tore through the South this weekend. Texas, the hardest hit, daylight revealing some of the destruction. The fast-moving storms pounded the Dallas area, tearing apart homes, leaving fields of debris and displacing families.
We realized we needed to leave once it started coming to the port.
With ominous clouds on the horizon.
Oh my gosh, we've got softball-sized hail going on.
One driver west of Fort Worth couldn't escape the destructive hail.
Oh my gosh.
Off the Alabama coast, the desperate search is on for 4 people.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Sailboat regatta Saturday. 40 people were rescued, 2 were killed. Many who were on the water are thankful to have survived.
I've sailed all over the world, and that's probably the worst I've ever been in.
And another round of nasty weather possible today.
We're keeping you ahead of those storms for sure. We're in the lab, joined by Carl Parker, who's tracking these storms. Tell us more, Carl.
Well, it's going to be in a relatively small area. So we're talking about South Florida primarily, where we're going to see stronger storms today that may produce hail and wind and even possibly some tornadoes. There's a lot of shear in the lowest levels of the atmosphere. So right now there is a 40% chance of a watch being issued by the Storm Prediction Center for the southern part of the state. Now, here is a look at the low-level winds, which are now coming out of the north, even the northeast, as a front has dropped down into the middle of the state. And then when we look at the winds that are about a mile up in the atmosphere, they are coming out of the southwest. So a very, very different direction. There's a lot of what we call directional shear in the atmosphere. And when you've got that change in wind direction with not a lot of increase in altitude, that's how we get a rolling motion going in the atmosphere. And that rolling motion can then be acquired by developing thunderstorms. So we'll take a look at what's going on here with a couple of these storms. And we've got a little line segment that's now dropping down into the east central part of the state. So there is a warning.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Damaging wind that includes Palm City, Port St. Lucie, going until 1:30, and we did get already 50-mile-per-hour wind on the north end of Lake Okeechobee with this area of storms. That's now coming into Stewart and coming into Hobie Sound as well. And the southwest part of the state, scattered storms are also dropping into Fort Myers, and we'll show you more about that coming up here in a moment. Here is our forecast for today, and severe weather is anticipated for, again, the southern part of the state. Wind and hail.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Is a 3 out of 10 in the southern part of the state. And folks, we just got a brand new tornado warning, and I'm going to take a look at this for you right now. And that is for Martin County here in Florida. And let's get the particulars on that. There it is. It's on the southeast side of that cell, now right along the 95 corridor. And we'll zoom down just a little bit here. And I'll tell you about this. This is now moving off towards the east. So again, that's Martin County, including Hobie Sound. And that is moving east at 30 miles per hour. And we'll go ahead and show you the Doppler, the high-resolution radar here, and show you what that is showing us. And I'll zoom in a little bit and take a look at the circulation that is right along the apex of that bow. So right in there, yes, sure enough, right in here, this is where the leading edge of the strong wind is, right there. And then right along the leading edge of that, you see that there are a couple of little circulations that are now basically west of the turnpike there, well west of 95.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
In the vicinity of Jupiter Island, and again, possibly towards Hobie Sound. And we are seeing just a little bit of a notch there as well. So what you've got is a line, but a little bit of a little notch has developed, a little surge has developed right in there. And again, we are seeing, as we look at the velocity data, that there is indeed some circulation right through there. So again, that's a tornado warning for Martin County, and that is now just west of the turnpike, and it's going to be headed towards the 95 corridor and towards Jupiter Island and Gomez as well. And we will continue to keep a really close eye on it. But right there, that's the area of the storm that is rotating. We'll subtract out some of the noise here, look at what's called the normalized rotation, and we are seeing a pretty strong area of rotation right there. You see that blue with the little green right at the middle of it. We'll take a look and see if there's any debris, and there's no evidence of any debris right now, but again, we are seeing that circulation. So once again, that's a tornado warning for Martin County, and that is generally headed towards
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
On that. So back to the forecast. Severe storms possible for south and central parts of Florida today. It's going to be moving more towards the south. We've got a 3 out of 10 on the Torcon index for South Florida. And then tomorrow, that severe weather threat is going to shift more into the northern part of the state. And that's going to be for Jacksonville, Gainesville, back across I-10, Tallahassee, north of Panama City, and also southern parts of Georgia. Mark, Viv, back to you.
Thanks, Carl. Yeah, you know, we've been monitoring not only this severe threat, but also extremely heavy rain. So that's what we've been dealing with, and we will continue to follow this for you for the rest of today. The severe weather zone that Carl was just telling you about for middle and southern Florida, but also more rain around the northern Gulf Coast. Waterlogged zones that have a flood threat. We'll update you on both next.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better. Want to see? Yeah.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. New Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Constipated? Dunkel-X tablets can cause cramps, but not Phillips. It has magnesium and works more naturally than stimulant laxatives for gentle, cramp-free relief of occasional constipation.
That works.
Mm-hmm. Live the regular life. Phillips.
Today, hair is a beautiful thing.
Hey, Mom. Hey, sweetie. Hey, honey.
Hey, Mom.
Because today there will be no tangles, with all the latest cleaning technology for your home at low prices you can trust.
Oh. Does Mommy need a haircut?
Check with Daddy. The new Eureka self-cleaning brush.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
This is good, Mom.
Good? It's delicious. And this new kibble blend is so healthy.
Thank you.
No, Nancy. Thank you. Kibbles and bits, because every bit matters.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. A tornado warning has been issued for our area. Thunderstorms accompanied by locally heavy rainfall at times. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 82. Tonight, thunderstorms likely. Low 74. Chance of rain 80%. Wednesday, windy with thunderstorms. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
The termite swarm has come. Enter the legions of Terminex with 85 years of experience and the strongest guarantee in the business. Sorry, termites, we got our swarm of our own. Not here, not now.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Think about what would happen if you were gone. Would they struggle to pay the bills and face an uncertain future? They don't have to. You can help guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 70% more. Just look, less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of people rely on AIG companies. The call is free, The quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For a free quote, call 1-800-521-0331 or visit AIGdirect.com.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
And right now there is a tornado warning for Martin County, and there's very strong rotation showing up near the 95 and Turnpike corridors, and that is coming into the eastern part of that county. So there's the tornado warning. The movement on this cell is east at 30 miles per hour. Again, that's Martin County going until 1:45. And I want to show you what's going on in the high resolution radar. We'll zoom in a little bit and take a look at where this circulation is. So right in here, these roads, this is the Turnpike and 95 kind of running together right there. That is about where this very strong circulation is, and it really is strong now. We're looking up fairly high in the atmosphere, looking up to about 6,000 feet in the atmosphere, but what this is telling us is that there is a strong mid-level rotation, and when you've got a strong mid-level rotation like that, there certainly is potential for a tornado. Now we'll look at some of the other data. We'll look at the normalized rotation. Very strong there. You see the area of blue and then green. We'll look for any presence of debris, and that really seems to be ambiguous at this point.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Very strong circulation, and that is now west of Jupiter Island and Tequesta. We'll zoom down even a little bit closer to see what else is here. And again, this is coming right into 95 and coming into the Turnpike, and is going to be on the beaches in short order, moving east at 30 miles per hour. So generally, you see where that's headed. Looks like a Jupiter Island and Tequesta, and north of Jupiter itself. This is the area that we're concerned about, where that circulation is going to be moving in. So a possible tornado coming your way. You need to take cover immediately there in eastern parts of Martin County. And we'll have more on this coming up in a few minutes. Mark,
okay.
Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Carl. Well, in Nepal, the country's National Emergency Operations Center says the death toll in Saturday's quake now exceeds 5,000, and Nepal's prime minister predicts that toll will eventually top 10,000.
Yeah, aid is trickling in, but it's far from what's needed, and hundreds of climbers remain stuck on Mount Everest, where the big quake generated
a tornado warning has been issued for our area.
BBC crews there, and Miguel Almagor is bringing us the part of the story from Mount Everest.
Tonight, a scramble into cold, thin air to save the injured and retrieve the dead.
The ground is shaking.
Even on the world's tallest peak Saturday, they could feel the ground rumble beneath their feet.
Oh, oh.
Then the avalanche. The moment of impact captured on video. A wave of white no one could outrun.
This whole eye was completely closed over, and I think that's where my nose broke because my body twisted.
Filmmaker Michael Churton was slammed into a concrete barrier.
Just giant plume just rising up. I mean, it was like 4 Empire State Buildings high, and I yelled for everybody to get down because it just comes so fast.
Everest stands 29,000
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
And snow and ice cascading through camps 4, 3, and 2, where many climbers are still trapped. No injuries reported in Camp 1, but down below, the base camp was leveled.
It was the most terrifying event of my life.
Churton was with a group of 20. His friend Eva Girawong, a camp medic from New Jersey, was killed. So was Google engineer Dan Fredenberg. Here he is on the mountain last week.
Here is where all the things we have was worn were set up. From boots to gloves to booze.
Tom Taplin, a filmmaker also from California, told his wife his journey would be safe.
Other than high altitude and cold weather, an earthquake was unfathomable to me.
A 4th American climber, Vin Trong, was also killed. Tonight, shock across Nepal and sadness on Mount Everest, where what began as the journey of a lifetime became an unforgettable night.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
I mean, I feel lucky and blessed and thankful.
Oh, man. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Harry.
You gotta do it like this.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, George. Hey, Jim. State Farm agents are there whenever you need them.
Working on my feet all day gave me pain here in my lower back. But now I step on this machine and get my number, which matches my Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. Now I get immediate relief from my foot pain.
My lower back pain. Find a machine at drscholls.com.
Hut. When it comes to losing weight, everyone has a number. And if you want to get your performance back and feel great, do what I did. One call and I lost it all. 22 pounds gone.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back guaranteed.
Nutrisystem has everything you need.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Age faster than ever before.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and craving crusher shakes, free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
Whether your number's 10 or 50, make the right call. Nutrisystem.
Call 855-789-FIN now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, Sundays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
You guys, I think she's here. She's here.
Is that her?
No, Valerie said she's driving a Buick.
Sure doesn't look like a Buick.
Take a fresh look at Buick. It just might surprise you.
I'm outside. Where are you? I'm right here. I'm in the Buick. I don't see a Buick.
That's not a Buick. That's what I told him.
Wow. This is nice.
Now current lessees get a sign and drive lease on this Enclave for around $329 per month when you switch to Buick.
Can you really refinance with Valley National Bank for just $499? Absolutely. With no points, no search and title fees? Of course. And no hidden Valley fees. You can count on it. In fact, it's so easy. The only thing you'll have to worry about is what to do with the money you save.
I'm Jerry Lipkin, Chairman and CEO of Valley National Bank. You can refinance your home for just $499 and start saving today.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit.
And you took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
You buy Champion windows, sunrooms, and home exteriors. Every home needs a champion.
According to the U.S. Department of Energy, most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste so much energy, it's like leaving a window open in your home all year long. Don't let another year go by. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION. And right now, when you buy 2 rooms of windows, you get the 3rd room free. Plus, Champion now offers no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. So call 844-4CHAMPION today. Because every home needs a champion.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. A tornado warning has been issued for our area. Today, thunderstorms accompanied by locally heavy rainfall at times. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 82. Tonight, thunderstorms likely. Low 74. Chance of rain 80%. Wednesday, windy with thunderstorms. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back. We are still following severe weather in east central Florida. There is a tornado warning now for Martin County and another rotating cell not very far away. Let's show you where all of this is, and there are a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings on top of that. So there is a wind and hail threat in addition to the tornado threat. We'll zoom on down, and this is coming into the eastern, southeastern part of Martin County, and that is
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Down a little bit here and show you how this is going to time out. And this is all actually right along the coast here. This is the radar scan from a moment ago. Now we got a newer scan and a lot of noise in that newer scan. But just a moment ago, probably about 7-8 minutes ago, we were looking at a pretty tight little circulation, and that was right along exit 96 along 95 there and headed east at 30 miles an hour. So generally headed towards Jupiter Island. And so right now in this latest scan, though we do not have good information in that scan, it is probably at the beach right now. So if you're in Jupiter Island or Gomez, it's now time to take shelter as you've got a possible tornado coming in. And then off to the south and west of that, there is another storm here that's not being warned on for a tornado, but there is a circulation on the southwest side of that. We've been watching that for a while, and we're seeing a little bit of a couplet there. Again, a very noisy radar scan, but certainly we're going to need to watch that closely, and this area is being monitored right now.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Wind and possible hail, and I'm sure this area is being monitored for a possible tornado warning as well. So we'll zoom out one more time and show you what's going on here. Again, this is a tornado warning for Martin County, southeastern Martin County, and the one circulation is now pretty much right on the coast. So it could be right over top of you there at Jupiter Island. Right in there, you see that little bit of a notch. That's where there is a possible tornado, and that tornado warning going until 1:45, but that circulation is now just about ready to move offshore. And again, you've got a severe thunderstorm warning to the south that does include Jupiter and also Palm Beach Gardens area, at least the north side of that. And then you've got a cell right in here that is showing some evidence of circulation. So we'll continue to watch this very closely and let you know what the latest is coming up here in just a few minutes. Mark Vibb, back to you.
Thanks, Carl. A dangerous situation developing in Florida, of course. We want to give you the advice that you need.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Family, if you are in a home with a basement, here's what you do. You want to avoid the windows and get in the basement. Cover yourself with some kind of sturdy protection. Maybe cover yourself with some thick padding or a sleeping bag, but getting under a table or a workbench, that's a good idea.
Well, what if your house does not have a basement? Well, what you want to do is you want to also avoid all windows. Go to the lowest floor of your home, your apartment, your business. A small center room like a bathroom or a closet. Go under the stairwell if possible, or an interior hallway with no windows. Crouch as low as possible to the floor and cover your head with your hands.
And that's important because a lot of the homes in Florida do not have basements. It's the type of soil that's there. So this is what we're talking to you. You might be at work, you might be at school, or you might be in your home. That covers all of them. You get into the lowest level if your home doesn't have a basement. If you are at work right now and you're in a big office building, you want to get into the interior section of that office building.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Think about that interior staircase instead of the elevator. Do not get on the elevator if you are under a tornado warning, but the staircase is usually a good place to take shelter. In the lowest floor, go down those stairs as fast as you can.
And of course, if you're in a mobile home, you want to quickly get out of that mobile home because even the tied down mobile homes can easily be destroyed by a tornado. Keep it tuned right here. We'll keep you updated.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, "I became a soldier."
Had a headache, but now
I don't. Excedrin is fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Kit and bonus DVD.
In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you were watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area. Currently in our area, 84 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, thunderstorms accompanied by locally heavy rainfall at times. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 82. Tonight, thunderstorms likely. Low 74. Chance of rain 80%. Wednesday, windy with thunderstorms. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And then it hit. When you took it to the edge, I didn't give up.
You're watching Weather Center Live, and we are following some big storms right now. I'm Mark Elliott.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Severe weather season in full swing, and we definitely have evidence of it across the southern parts of Florida. Near the West Palm Beach area, severe weather. A tornado warning has been issued for the area. We've been watching it very closely on Doppler radar.
Yeah, a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings as well, and our own Carl Parker standing by in the lab monitoring this storm. Carl, it's pretty far away from the radar, but still...
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Some circulation right now, but you're exactly right. It's a long way from the radars. It's in kind of a bad spot, and it's difficult to see. We are seeing a circulation now. It's getting very close to the coast, and we'll show you where all this is. Now, notice there are a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings there right along the coast, along that 95 corridor, and then within that, you've got what's left of the tornado warning for the far southeastern corner of Martin County. That's going until 1:45, and that circulation circulation is now very close to that area. Now I'm going to step back in time, and you can see how much more visible the circulation was earlier, right in there. I mean, there's just no doubt about that. That's a very strong circulation up at about 7,000 feet in the atmosphere. And then we go forward in time here. You see it crosses 95 in the turnpike and then gets into the southeastern part of the state. And in the latest scan here, we're seeing what looks like more of a broad rotation very close to Jupiter. So certainly it's still possible that we're looking at a tornado here. There's also another circulation behind that not being warned on for a tornado right now. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for northern parts of Palm Beach County. So certainly there is potential for a tornado here coming into the coast, and then to the south of that there's a severe thunderstorm warning again for Palm Beach County. That's going to include the areas around Juno Beach and then down towards or up towards Jupiter and the north end of Palm Beach Gardens. And in these areas we're concerned about damaging wind, 60-mile-per-hour wind, and also possibly some hail as that slides on in. And again, there is some rotation showing up in that cell, so we'll continue to watch that very closely. But right now what we're seeing is just a broader circulation that is right along the coast to the north of that. As
a tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Jupiter Island there is southeastern parts of Martin County. Now, broadening out a little bit, you'll notice there are a lot of discrete cells developing all across Palm Beach County from 27 and on eastward. And so because we've got an environment that is favorable for rotation, we're going to need to watch these very carefully. In fact, already now you're starting to see this little bit of a sort of a kidney bean shape, a little bit of a pointy southwest edge there. These cells are exhibiting some rotation already, and the environment is certainly favorable for rotation today, and I'm going to show you why that is. There's a lot of turning of the wind with height. When we look at the low-level winds here, they are now coming out of the north. That's the surface wind. It's actually coming out of the northeast almost along 95 in the eastern part of the state. But then when we go a mile up in the atmosphere, you've got winds that are coming out of the southwest. So you've got this vector in the low levels coming down like that, and then you've got this vector just up off the ground there at about a mile up in the atmosphere. A lot of directional shear, as we say. So where these cells are developing, they certainly could begin to rotate, and that is going to be the worry right in there, in particular from Martin County down into Palm Beach County over the next several minutes here, and we'll watch that very carefully. We're also seeing some big cells now just north of Alligator Alley, and we'll continue to watch those. We'll monitor those. But this is the area that I think we need to watch most closely in the next several minutes. In fact, notice there's a big cell that has popped up now southwest of Boynton Beach and Lake Worth. And these are the areas that we'll really need to watch like a hawk coming up here over the next several minutes, half an hour to an hour. So here's the thunderstorm forecast for today.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Palm Beach down through Miami. There is a Torcon of 3 out of 10 in South Florida. Tomorrow we're going to watch that shift all the way up into the northern part of the state. The best chance for severe storms affecting Jacksonville, Gainesville, Tallahassee, and Panama City tomorrow. Vivian, over to you.
All right, thanks very much, Carl. Well, let's talk more about tomorrow and those storms, because as Carl mentioned, they'll be sliding over into the central Gulf Coast with the main area of low pressure riding along the subtropical jet stream. A lot of instability as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours. The trailing cold front down across the open waters, but it's closer to the area of low pressure and the warm front actually that's blowing a little farther north. So today, these are the areas that we're watching, the central Gulf coastal states and down across the south central peninsula of Florida. But tomorrow, as that low pressure moves into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, we'll be focusing our attention on the northern parts of Florida and even into Georgia and the Carolinas. So improving conditions over the next 24 hours, say for Texas and Louisiana, southern Mississippi and Alabama, but definitely focusing our attention on areas east of the Mississippi. Now, locally heavy rain with some of those stronger downpours, 2 to 3 inches are possible, even some pockets of up to 4 inches of rain, perhaps in some localized rain gauges. Checking out the forecast for you in Tallahassee today, thunderstorms, that will be the case tomorrow. We don't think it'll start to stabilize any until maybe Thursday, and a pretty good day then. Temperatures in the upper 70s for the high. Back to you, Mark.
And back to the stories from Nepal. More than 5
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
8 million more in desperate need of aid in Nepal after that devastating 7.8 earthquake rocked the region. But a family more than 8,000 miles away is desperately looking for just one person in that mess. And Aridis Rodriguez has more.
Marty Emanuel is an artist.
This one is almost my favorite because it almost has a human look, a bone-like look to me.
A husband, father, and experienced hiker.
We've always done a lot of hiking, a lot of wilderness camping, canoe camping, always enjoyed getting outdoors.
2 days before the earthquake, Marty and his guide drove north of Kathmandu, and that night he sent his wife this text telling her it'd be the last one for the next 2 weeks.
I have to say, when he decided to go, and in the months before he left, I mean, you can't help but worry some about someone going on such an unusual and arduous trek. But I was very grateful the whole time that I had been there. And I understood it, and I knew that it was, in fact, he could do it, and it was a relatively safe thing. Of course, I didn't anticipate an earthquake.
A backpacking trek was taking Marty and his guide Dilly deep into the extremely remote trails of Langtang National Park, not far from the epicenter of the worst earthquake to hit Nepal in 80 years.
My dad and Dilly, his guide, are just very resourceful, self-reliant. They're good people to be out in the wilderness with if you're going to be out there.
The Emanuels believe he is still alive and are hopeful they will hear from him soon.
We knew from his itinerary, as well as from the texts and emails, that he was out of the city, and that was the first piece of good news.
They're both used to being in the
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
So I feel like if they felt tremors, he would have known exactly what to do immediately to protect them in that circumstance. I'd be more worried if Marty was by himself. They might have to walk back to Kathmandu, but they can do it.
If anyone can do it, it sounds like those two can. And you know, support for Marty is already starting to pour in. Decatur Yoga Pilates, where Marty attended classes to prep for his trek, is collecting donations. But the Emanuels say they want people to donate towards the quick relief efforts, not necessarily to one person. Links to many of those organizations can be found on our website, weather.com. Viv, over to you.
Well, as we go to break, we're going to show you the horrifying video of the moment the earthquake shook the neighboring country of China. Now, you can hear the fearful screams and see the people frantically running as massive boulders fall down the mountainside. At least 25 people are reported dead in Tibet from Saturday's earthquake. We are taking you behind the fault lines. That's coming up next right here on Weather Center Live. Stay with us.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees with heavy rain. This afternoon, thunderstorms with locally heavy downpours. A few storms may be severe. High 86. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. A tornado warning has been issued for our area. Chance of rain, 60%. Wednesday, windy with scattered thunderstorms. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 89. Here's our 7-day outlook.
What's this?
A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better. Want to see? Yeah. Cool. What else you got?
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn out batteries and making them into something strong. New Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Americans, 83% try to eat healthy, yet up to 90% fall short in getting key nutrients from food alone. Let's do more. Add one-a-day women's gummies, complete with key nutrients we may need, plus it supports bone health with calcium and vitamin D. One-a-day VitaCraves gummies.
When it comes to losing weight, everyone has
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
And feel great. Do what I did. One call and I lost it all. 22 pounds gone.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back, guaranteed.
Nutrisystem has everything you need to feel better, look better, and perform better at any age, faster than ever before.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and craving crusher shakes, free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
Whether your number's 10 or 50, make the right call. Nutrisystem.
Call 855-789-THIN now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Right now, somewhere in America, there's an animal being beaten and another being locked in a cage, alone and left to die. These scared, innocent animals don't realize there's any hope for a better life. At the ASPCA, we're committed to searching every dark corner to find them and to help heal the deep physical and emotional wounds that have been inflicted on them. But we can't reach these animals without your support.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Or call now and join. Sign up for just $18 a month. It's only 60 cents a day, and you'll help rescue animals who are suffering and provide medical care, food, shelter, and love. The situation is urgent, and so we're asking you to join in the next 10 minutes. If you do, we'll send you the photo of an animal from our shelter and an ASPCA t-shirt. If you've wondered if your support will make a difference, I can tell you it will. And if you've ever thought about helping, this is the time. It's a painful...
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
But for just 60 cents a day, you can change everything. It could be the most important thing you do today. Go online or call right now.
Well, as we monitor the dire situation in Nepal, we also know that we are not immune to the disastrous impacts that we've seen from the devastating earthquake there. Here in the U.S., the San Andreas is one of the most dangerous seismic faults. In this edition of Brainstorm, Sam Champion breaks down the prolific power lurking behind this uncontrollable force of nature.
Running 10 miles deep and 800 miles long, the San Andreas Fault divides the state of California in two, and that's the scary part. It forms the boundary where the Pacific tectonic plate moves northwest, slowly grinding against the North American plate, moving relatively southeast. And that separating, grinding movement is at a speed of 1.3 inches per year. That's about as fast as our fingernails grow, and that may sound slow. But over the 30 million years of the fault's existence, it's added up to a displacement of about 350 miles. At this rate, it may take another 100 million years, but Southern California will be grinded off into an island off the coast of the Pacific Northwest.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Earthquakes in North America, and does it across a swath of land that almost 40 million people call home. Some of these quakes measuring as high as 8.0 on the Richter scale. And an earthquake of that magnitude can release up to 63 trillion joules of energy. And that's no small amount. It's as much energy as released by the most powerful nuclear weapon ever detonated by the United States. Champion, the Weather Channel.
Thanks, Sam. And we're going to talk a little bit more about these tectonic plates because all the continents are actually on these relatively thin, relatively rigid plates that are constantly, slowly moving around the globe. And we can show you the two main plates that were responsible for the giant earthquake out towards the Himalayas. This is the Indian plate as well as the Eurasian plate. And these two plates have been colliding over the past several million years or so. In fact, the Indian plate is moving north into the Eurasia plate. They are bumping against each other. This continental collision is the factor that caused the really tall mountains like Mount Everest and the Himalayan mountain chain in general. Now, the Indian plate is slowly slipping underneath that Eurasian plate, but the bulk of that mass and that force are colliding those two continents together and pushing up the land. That's why we have such tall mountains, and that's why we have such catastrophic earthquakes there. Viv, over to you.
That is right. Thanks very much, Mark. Well, let's check out the forecast now.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
We're focusing our attention on the Gulf coastal states as well as the southern peninsula of Florida. Now, the main area of low pressure moving through the Gulf, and tomorrow it's northern Florida and parts of Georgia and the Carolinas that will be focusing our attention. Notice all the while looking pretty good over the Northeast from Boston to New York City. Kind of a difference in the feel of things tomorrow, only in the 50s for you, Boston, but low to middle 70s in New York City. Very nice weather back to Chicago and Minneapolis, and look at Denver, middle 70s. Seattle, maybe a few light clouds on the increase here, but then Thursday, temperatures in the middle 60s and not too bad. Mid 80s for you in LA, and the dry scenario continues. Thursday will push some of that rain a little farther north now into southern and central Pennsylvania, even the interior regions of New York on Friday. And a quick look now at the forecast for your Saturday, looking pretty good for most of the nation. And speaking of this upcoming weekend, we'd like for you to come along with us on our tour. It's amazing out there. Here's a look at what we're dealing with because our own Kate Parker and Reynolds Wolf will be taking us from May 1st through May 3rd, broadcasting live in several locations across the South. They'll start in my wonderful, beloved city of Natchez, Mississippi on Friday morning.
So, what brings you to Jersey?
Well, Geico's the #1 auto insurer in New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. So I just came by to say thanks.
#1, huh? That's great.
Here you go. A little token of appreciation.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
That's great.
Now, I'd say you probably need a large.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Doers. They don't worry if something's possible. They just do it. At Sears Optical, we're committed to bringing them eyewear that works as hard as they do. Right now, save up to $200 on eyeglasses. Quality eyewear for doers. Sears Optical.
Control the weather. That's looking good. So we build things to harness it.
That's awesome.
They hit the water. Game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, Coast Guard's last line of defense.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees with heavy rain. This afternoon, thunderstorms with locally heavy downpours. A few storms may be severe. High 86. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 78. Chance of rain 60%. Wednesday, windy with severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area. Hail are possible. High 89. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Spelunking in soggy pants. Spelunking in Duluth Dry on the Fly pants. Duluth Trading Dry on the Fly pants. Dry your legs.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Trading.com.
You don't know your credit
I don't know
score?
my credit score.
That's really important. I mean,
I don't know my
Don't
credit
you want to
score.
buy a house, like, ever? You should probably check out Credit Karma. It's free.
Credit Karma. Free.
Credit Karma. Really free credit.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
Imagine waking up every morning to a beautiful, lush, perfectly manicured lawn. You don't have to imagine anymore. Located in Jupiter, Synthetic Turf International is the global leader in synthetic landscape solutions, putting greens, and functional activity services. And STI Jupiter was just chosen to provide and install the synthetic turf for the tailgate field next to this year's college football championship game in Dallas. So stop at the mowing. Let our trained staff show you how your lawn can start paying you. Call for a free quote. Synthetic Turf International.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live and welcome into the lab. Mark Elliott here with storm specialist Carl Parker. And Carl, some big-time storms have fired up across central and southern Florida, impacting many of the beach towns now.
Yeah, we had some circulation.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
County, that is now offshore, but there is still now a severe thunderstorm warning for Palm Beach County that does include Jupiter. And the very worst of the weather is now just about offshore, just smacked right into beautiful Juno Beach, still occurring there near North Palm Beach and Palm Beach Gardens. And then we've got a lot more weather off to the south, which we're going to take a look at in a moment.
You do not want to be out doing some deep sea fishing right now. Any small boats are really getting hammered off the coast of Florida.
Yeah, and there's a terrific amount of lightning as well, which we'll take a look at here in a moment. But we wanted to talk about the different types of storms, and the more common type of storm is the single cell thunderstorm or pulse type thunderstorm. And you notice here how it's kind of straight up and down. So what we've got is a very buoyant environment in this case, but not a lot of wind shear. It's very light wind shear. So you've got these vertical motions in the updraft like this, and during the mature stage, you're going to have some downdrafts as well. But because of that very light vertical wind shear, eventually those downdrafts are going to win out. And once that happens, that is the end of the thunderstorm.
The rain itself from the thunderstorm basically puts out the thunderstorm.
Yeah, exactly. So it's 30 to 60 minutes generally for the life cycle of that type of storm. Now, with a supercell storm, it's a very different thing because what's happening here is you've got strong vertical wind shear. Winds are getting stronger and stronger and stronger as you go up. So that updraft is being tilted mounted then just like this, and it's also rotating because of that vertical wind shear. So our updraft is going up like this, and the definition of a supercell thunderstorm is a rotating updraft. And then on top of that, you've got the rain and the hail and all that generally falling outside of the updraft.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Stronger, and that magnifies all of the effects.
And so that downward motion and the downdrafts are not squishing the updraft there.
Exactly right. It's not killing it off, and so these storms last a lot longer. That's the type of storm that we could see today because we've got some vertical wind shear here across South Florida. Now, right now, the only warning is the one that we just talked about, but to the south of that, there's an awful lot of weather that's now coming across Palm Beach County. Again, that's a severe warning for Palm Beach until quarter after the hour, but look at the lightning there. Terrific amount of lightning, and that's up and down 95 and then westward as well into parts of northwest Broward County. And farther to the south, we did see a little bit of circulation in some of these cells. In fact, the one that's now just west of Boynton Beach showing a little bit of a hook there. That means there's some rotation in the circulation, but it's not rising to the level of a tornado warning. But we need to watch this area very carefully.
So if you're watching us from anywhere from Boynton Beach to Lake Worth to West Palm Beach, not only is it constant lightning, there's more storms on the way.
That's right.
All right, Viv, over to you.
All right, thanks, guys. And speaking of storms, now a Georgia couple is recovering today. In fact, among the survivors rescued after being tossed from their sailboat into the water on Saturday. Now, the crew was facing nearly hurricane-force winds at the time after being tossed about for hours. The couple says it was a miracle they survived, and we all know that. Jennifer Bellamy from WXIA has the story.
We didn't have time to be afraid. We had to, what can I do at this moment so I can have one more moment?
Caught in a storm on the open water, Rhonda Morgan Gilreath called on the Lord to save her, her boyfriend Randy Rutledge, and their friends.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
And if you're a believer, it's hard to think there's anything to that. But a few moments later, I see a mast.
Rhonda was at the helm for the first time, sailing in the Dauphin Island Regatta when a storm threw them from the boat.
No one saw us go over, and we knew that. And we knew we were alone out there. No one saw us go over, and no one knew we were there.
For 2.5 hours, they fought the waves, waiting for rescue as other boats passed them by. But a life vest bought just the day before gave her something to hold on to and find a single cushion for Rutledge, who didn't have a vest.
She saved my life. There's no way I would be here. I'd have been gone in 2 or 3 minutes.
Another boat happened to hear a faint whistling from the group and eventually pulled them from the water. But now they hope their experience will teach others a lesson.
Put a vest. Wear a vest.
Jennifer Bellamy, 11 Alive News.
And today, as storms move across the Gulf Coast through Florida, we want to make sure that you know exactly what's headed your way. So stay tuned because
a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Keep it tuned right here.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees with a heavy thunderstorm. This afternoon, thunderstorms with locally heavy downpours. A few storms may be severe. High 86. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 78. Chance of rain 60%. Wednesday, windy with scattered thunderstorms. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 89. Here's our 7-day outlook. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
High winds and large hailstones slam the Gulf Coast. Now it's all moving east, producing more dangerous conditions today. And it's parts of the Sunshine State that could see lightning, flooding, and even hailstones, including here in Fort Lauderdale. What to expect over the next 24 hours here in Florida and in your city.
And we will take you back to the ruins in Nepal. It is now estimated that the powerful earthquake claimed the lives of more than 5,000 people. Survivors waiting on aid and supplies as they try to come to terms with what has happened. We have updates on the devastation, all straight ahead in this hour of Weather Center Live. Storms already firing up in Florida. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Elliott.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Now, Mark, we are knee-deep in severe weather season for sure, and today really tells the story.
Yeah, no rest for the weary. We're talking storms pretty much from sun up to sundown.
And we're talking about not only in Florida, but across the Gulf Coast, too. In fact, cleanup is underway across parts of the South. A day after another round
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
EF0 tornadoes confirmed on Monday in the Fort Worth area alone. And NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has more from New Orleans.
Powerful winds near hurricane force and relentless rain swept through Louisiana, knocking out power to more than 160,000 people and blowing part of a cargo train off a bridge. Witnesses describe the scene when those cars plummeted to the ground.
We hear a loud boom, and then boom, boom, boom. It was either 3 or 4 times.
Major flooding shut down highways and roads. At New Orleans Airport, 70-mile-an-hour winds knocked out power.
I just landed here at the New Orleans Airport, and the power has just come back on.
More than a dozen tornadoes tore through the South this weekend. Texas, the hardest hit. Daylight revealing some of the destruction. The fast-moving storms pounded the Dallas area, tearing apart homes, leaving fields of debris and displacing families.
We realized we needed to leave once it started coming to the port.
With ominous clouds on the horizon.
Oh my gosh, we've got softball-sized hail going on.
One driver west of Fort Worth couldn't escape the destructive hail.
Oh my gosh.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Missing after a violent storm tore through a sailboat regatta Saturday. 40 people were rescued, 2 were killed. Many who were on the water are thankful to have survived.
I've sailed all over the world, and that's probably the worst I've ever been in.
And of course, there are more storms today, some of those in the Gulf, and we're keeping you ahead of those storms too.
Yeah, so we're in the lab with Carl Parker to tell us more about those storms, primarily in South Central Florida, Carl.
Yeah, we've had some very strong storms in Palm Beach County and Martin County already. There was a tornado warning in Martin County. That has expired. That cell is now offshore, but there are still very strong storms now reaching down into West Palm Beach and into Broward County as well. And there is a chance of a watch from the Storm Prediction Center, 40% chance that they will issue a watch for this area. Here is the issue today. You've got winds coming out of the north there. These are the surface winds out of the north across a good part of South Florida. You can see that very clearly right in here. But then when we go up a mile in the atmosphere, go to about 5,000 feet up, our winds are coming out of the southwest. So you've got winds that are opposing each other in terms of direction over not a very great distance in altitude, and that creates a rolling motion in the atmosphere, and that's why some of these storms can get rotating, which is exactly what we saw with this cluster of storms that is now largely offshore there in the east central part of the state. So we'll drop on in and show you what's going on. The warning has expired for Palm Beach County, but still a lot of very heavy rain now on top of West Palm Beach. And look at all the lightning here. Terrific lightning storm has just now exited Jupiter and Juno Beach, but continues in parts of Palm Beach County and also down into Broward County. And as we extend out a little bit, you'll notice that there are some of these individual cells, and you see they've got a little bit of a kidney shape to them, kidney bean shape to them right in there, that little bit of a curlicue. That's indicating that they are rotating some, so we do need to watch that closely to see if there will be some tornadoes, additional tornado warnings that come out of that. Also some additional cells now south of Alligator Alley. We'll want to keep our eyes on that, and then more cells extending into the western part of the state, but no warnings on any of this right now. So there's the forecast today. Severe weather anticipated in the southern part of the state. It is a 3 out of 10 on the Torcon index, so about a 30% chance of a tornado within a 50-mile radius there in South Florida. And then that severe threat is going to extend up into the northern part of the state tomorrow along I-10 and 95 and parts of that 75 corridor as well. Mark, over to you.
Thanks, Carl. And of course, we have monitoring the New Orleans area also. intense rainfall, nearly 8 inches above average for the month. One of the top 10 wettest Aprils on record because of all the rain we've seen. I mean, look at the storms just yesterday. You can see the flooded road in front of that car. It looks like waves crashing in from the lake down the street. And on Monday in New Orleans, they broke a daily record rainfall record with 2.3 inches, an inch more than the old record of 1.2, set all the way back in 1949. So Viv, it was a soggy day, and there's more rain to come on these saturated grounds.
Unfortunately, as we look at the Gulf coastal states, we are looking at more scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast, not only today, but tomorrow, as we have that same setup. Notice the subtropical jet stream flowing right across the immediate Gulf Coast, so that deep tropical moisture is definitely in place. And as the storm system moves through the central Gulf, again, more scattered showers and storms are expected, as you can see here. Now, tomorrow, improving conditions from west to east, so the coastal bend of Texas looking better, Louisiana, southern Mississippi, and Alabama, but more storms over Florida, even pushing into Georgia and the Carolinas tomorrow afternoon. Locally, heavy amounts of rain, 2 to 3 inches, some heavier amounts, we think, down near Tampa. That's where maybe up to 4 inches could fall in some of the localized rain gauges around town. So make sure you set your rain gauge out if you're of the central peninsula of Florida. So for the rest of the day today in Panama City, we think it'll just be cloudy. Tomorrow, though, there is a chance of some thunder showers, primarily in the early afternoon and morning hours. And then Thursday, we settle back down with temperatures in the middle 70s. Mark?
Well, half a world away, it's the push to save survivors from Nepal's massive earthquake, and some of the first stories of survival coming from there.
Just giant plume just rising up. I mean, it was like 4 Empire State Buildings high, and I yelled for everybody to get down because it just covered so fast.
Up next, how some climbers managed to survive both the earthquake and the massive avalanche it triggered.
Heartburn. Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Our oath isn't an empty gesture. It's the heart and soul of Terminix Nation. The Terminix Ultimate Protection Guarantee. A vow that we kill every termite in your home. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
In one moment, I felt it. I'm ready to lose weight, and I want to start now.
Well, you can count, track, and worry over every meal, or you can lose weight simply with Jenny Craig. Bam! 50 pounds gone.
Wow, ouch.
First, meet your dedicated personal consultant who will help you reach your goals. Then, take home delicious food and start losing now.
Don't wait. Join free plus $50 in food savings.
A moment can change your whole life.
With Jenny Craig.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I am one of the ones who discovered Always Discreet underwear for sensitive bladders.
It makes me feel secure, confident, and I feel protected.
I mean, I feel comfortable to move in them. They move with me.
I love Always Discreet underwear because of the fit.
The fabric is very soft. I can wear whatever I want to wear.
Always Discreet's made me a very happy woman.
Join over 500,000 women who've discovered Always Discreet underwear. For more stories and your free sample, go to alwaysdiscreet.com so bladder leaks can feel like no big deal.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees with a heavy thunderstorm. This afternoon, thunderstorms with locally heavy downpours. A few storms may be severe. High 86. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 78. Chance of rain 60%. Wednesday, windy with scattered thunderstorms. Gusty winds and small hail are possible. High 89. Here's our 7-day outlook.
the desperate effort to reach quake victims in Nepal. Plus, where are the fault lines you need to be concerned about? Tomorrow at 5 a.m. on Wake Up with Al and AMHQ.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. You started there right out of high school, learned your trade and did it well. And the asbestos you handled, well, that was just part of the job. If you worked in the trades and were diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. Call 1-800-950-MESO and see how we can help. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
Now? Can I at least put my shoes on? If your bladder is calling the shots, you may have a medical condition called overactive bladder, or OAB. You gotta be kidding me. I've had enough. It's time to talk to the doctor. Ask your doctor how Myrbetriq may help treat OAB symptoms of urgency, frequency, and leakage, which may mean fewer trips to the bathroom.
Myrbetriq Mirabegron may increase your blood pressure. Myrbetriq may increase your chances of not being able to empty your bladder. Tell your doctor right away if you have trouble emptying your bladder or have a weak urine stream. Myrbetriq may affect or be affected by other medications, so tell your doctor about all the medicines you take. Before taking Myrbetriq, tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. Common side effects include increased blood pressure, common cold symptoms, urinary tract infection, and headache.
Take charge by talking to your doctor about your OAB symptoms and Myrbetriq. Find out if you can get your first prescription at no cost by visiting Myrbetriq.com.
Well, in Nepal, the country's National Emergency Operations Center says the death toll in Saturday's quake now exceeds 5,000. And Nepal's prime minister predicts the toll will eventually top 10,000.
Aid is trickling in, but it's far from what's needed, and hundreds of climbers remain stuck on Mount Everest.